It's Basheba and you're locked into UK Full Stop on Westside Radio.
Right about now, we're about to chat to Basheba.
I've been around for about, I'd say, well, you know, doing music properly for a long time, but being around for about a year. My stuff so far has been sort of breakbeat, drum and bass, jungle. Yeah. So that's kind of where I started out, and now I'm hoping to like branch out, working on my album, released an EP. So that's kind of me.
Cool. So what gravitated you towards jungle or drum and bass?
I think like it's one of those genres where you can actually put a proper song, like when I mean a proper song, like a verse, chorus, verse on top of a song, and it doesn't take away from it, and the beat kind of, I don't know, drives it. And that's what I really like, that you can put it underneath the song, you take the song away and it's still a song. It doesn't rely on, being a dance track. It kind
I think that's the beauty of it as well, because like your stripped back performances, it's like a completely different song.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah, because that's where I came from, doing like acoustic stuff and doing gigs, and I was used to that. And then people were always like, oh, but I want to like be able to dance. And I was thinking, what kind of genre can I go into that's not going to take away from what I do?
That. Yeah.
And it just happened to be jungle.
Okay, cool.
So how did you fall into that? Was it a producer that you met?
Yeah. I met this producer called Dean Barrett, and originally I went to him to try and like work on some trip hop sort of stuff. And
nice.
We started that, and it went really well. And then he just played me this track, and I was like, "Wow, what is this?" And he was like, "So this is a track you can have if you want it." And that track turned out to be No More, which was my first single.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Cool.
Well, if we're talking about proper old school, I actually grew up listening to like Mystique.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was always like, oh, I love it. And then kind of as I got older, everyone was like, oh, they're not cool anymore. And I was like, oh, I still kind of like them.
You would have, do you know what? You would have loved the show a few weeks ago, because I did a mix just for Mystique.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was
But
cool.
they were good. I think they're definitely underrated, especially now. People look at them like, oh my gosh. Like,
oh, yeah.
No, I think it's cool. And then, I mean, now I kind of, there is so much going on, and it's like, I feel that artists sort of like FK Twigs that are doing something quite out there but still being played on mainstream radio is amazing, because there hasn't been anyone like that for a while, so I do like that.
No, definitely not.
So true, but I feel like because listeners are getting behind it now, the stages are like, oh, okay, we kind of have to wake up and play.
That's what I love about like the power of the internet, to be honest, because she started out ages ago and she's been grinding, and then people took notice because she started getting 2 million plays on like YouTube, and you had to stand up and notice that people wanted it, so the artist kind of took over then.
So you talked about internet stuff, and we had a little chat earlier, and you were saying that you were one of the music MySpace people.
Yeah, I definitely was. I used to make my little songs and then upload them, and probably if I listen back now, I'd probably want to crawl in a hole and just cry myself to sleep. But at the time, it was like, yeah, I'm so cool, I've got MySpace, and people used to actually listen as well.
Yeah.
You had your kind of growth.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you find any collaborations on there at all?
In a weird way, yes, because like we were just talking about it. My friend Jordan Reese, he was literally MySpace famous.
Yeah.
And I hope he's listening, because he'll love me saying that.
Shout out Jordan Reese. I love his vocals.
Yeah.
I love
on Dirty Love. I love it.
He's got some cool stuff coming as well. So I suppose in a way that came out of it.
Yeah.
I've always loved his voice, so
cool.
Yeah.
It's a sweet story though that you were actual friends.
Yeah, went to school together. Yeah.
Organic thing. That's cool.
Dope. So, bad friends, good enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the EP.
That is the EP.
The title, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But why? Why that?
Because I think, especially in this industry, your enemies are actually your best friends. Because, I mean, there was a time when I first got into, like, properly getting into music and used to really, like, spend a lot of time just making music. And I lost a lot of friends because it was like, oh, do you think you're so cool? And and I want to do it. And I'm just like, well, do it then. And they're like, no, you just... So I lost a lot of friends. And in a weird way, those people are the ones that... That's why I'm still doing it, because if I still started, carried on hanging around with them, I wouldn't have done it. I cared that much.
Yeah.
But, so that's where it came from.
Cool. All right. So I got a question kind of based around that title. So first and foremost, what is the worst thing a friend has done to you?
Ooh.
Like that you can express to us.
With no real spoilers that will identify.
Yeah.
You know when people just go a bit cray?
Yeah.
I had that recently. Like I'm talking like
Just
December.
literally just snapped on you.
Just went absolutely cray. And
Why?
then because I can't even tell you. I cannot even tell you. And I just was like, all right then. And I was like, because nothing you can do when that happens. So
Yeah.
the friendship kind of just ended. But that was probably the worst thing I can think of to date.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was it an alcoholic experience?
No, she was just mad. Everyone that I know that is listening now knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She just was mad.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's sometimes like a tough thing where if people see you on a rise, they get scared of the success. Like I'm sure you're scared of this journey as well, because you've come out for a year and to be where you are, it's mad.
And just maybe it was a mixture of that, but
it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Fair enough. Sounds like my ex. It probably was my ex. You know what I mean?
Wasn't it?
Yeah. We were talking about my crazy ex earlier. Private jokes. But yeah, okay. And then also, what is the best thing an enemy has done for you, indirectly or directly?
Let me think. Well, apart from actually, when I was younger, I think I was about 16. I was going around with these people and they used to just hang out in the park all the time.
Yeah.
Like, are you ever going to do anything with your life? Like all those
always park kids.
And then one day they just didn't invite me.
Right.
And I wrote a song that day, and that song got me onto a gig, which made me meet someone, and that's kind of why I'm here today. So there you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's live.
That's
I love.
I love when those little surprises happen.
I love stories like that.
Yeah.
So in terms of your direction, you were talking a little bit briefly at the beginning about coming into jungle and and drum and bass, and it kind of being one of those things where you can showcase your vocals, but at the same time it doesn't take away from the music.
Yeah.
I love that answer. But where else would you like to venture and why?
I really just want to go into like soul and blues, but like the rawest version of it. So like all live, like strings, everything. Like really go back to where music kind of came from. And the music like Marvin Gaye, like that album, What's Going On. If I could do an album that recreates that's the aim. Like that's the ultimate aim. So I'd like to go there eventually, and I think that will take time because I think you really have to get your audience to trust you to do something like that. But that's the aim.
Definitely. And your music videos, because they're all really
so polished.
Exactly.
The production value on it is just phenomenal. Like it's funny because you were saying how you found out about your music, but I think I found you on YouTube randomly, and I was like, who is this girl? Like I just loved the video because it was just unlike anything I'd seen in a really long time.
They're mad, to be honest.
I got one last question for you. Bit of a fun one here. Okay. So you're in a video game, right? And you can choose one friend, like your Luigi to your Mario. Okay. And who would it be? Someone in the industry, obviously, who the listeners could probably know. Who would you pick as your tag team?
I want Kanye West.
Yeah. After that performance, he'll probably bring about
your battle.
thousands of people. He'll bring the whole of. You're from North London. Yeah. He'll bring the whole of North London.
Yeah, I'll be the Beyonce to him.
Fair enough.
Fight for me on stage. She should have won.
Yeah. Standard. Yeah. And the final boss. Who would be the final boss? Anyone. They don't need to be like an artist. They can be someone who you're mad at.
Oh.
Who is the final boss? Who's the Bowser?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably Kanye West as well.
Yeah, probably.
Kanye, I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna give you one. Okay. Nick Clegg. Here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. Nick Clegg would be a good one.
Oh, Ed Miliband.
Ed Miliband. All right.
Face
Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah, he looks tired, but young for his age, which is encouraging.
Is what it is. This is UK Full Stop, playing the greatest to the latest in UK urban culture. Thursdays, 10 p.m. to midnight on West Side Radio.